Hello and welcome to Kerbal Space Program with Cathane Scanner Map thing showing up in the background. Yes, this is a new series I'm starting, Career. Yes, I'm starting Career all over again. And this time, I don't know what to call myself. And the reason I don't know what to call myself is because I have my own flag representing an agency. So that will be an agency that will appear in-game instead of me. So I guess we'll just go with generic Kerbal Space Program number 1. Now I have like a ton of mods installed, as evidenced by the screen looking like this when I start it. Oh, I accidentally did something. Yes, now I'm in the VAB, which is broken. Oh dear. And it's crashed. So yes, I am using the 64-bit version of 0.24.2, which can have some instabilities. So now we're going to become generic Kerbal Space Program number 2, because the first one I probably broke. So as I was about to say, we have a lot of mods in here, and I'm going to check these settings and whatnot before we go any further. I also want to make sure I click this button without accidentally entering the VAB this time. I just did that. Crap. Hey, it didn't break this time, but we need to... It did break. At this rate, I'll run out of numbers before I fix it. Respawn delay. There will be no respawns. I'll just leave that alone for now. No, wait, here we go. There we go, now it's off. Yeah, I'll leave that alone. I'll leave that alone. I'll leave that alone. Time control. Time control. I can't move this. I can't move it. Okay, that's nice. I'll just leave these alone for now. Maybe if I click this button. Oh, look, it went away. Module manager thing. I don't want you here. Go away. Go far away. Now, some of the mods I have here. Achievements, which give you achievements. Final Frontier, which gives you... Hold on, the achievements thing doesn't even show up. Well, shucks. Kerbal Construction Time, which limits how quickly I can... Well, it slows down how I have to build things, so I have to build them slowly. Nav Utilities is useless here. Infernal Robotics is also going to be useless here. Stage Recovery... Oh, well, it pops up a button, so I'm going to guess that's a thing. The TAC Life Support window, yeah, let's have a button for that. The achievements should show up here, I would think, but they don't. Final Frontier gives individual merits to Kerbals, which is a neat feature. Oh yes, and time control, so we have a time control button. Okay, so yes, this is the Hall of Fame for various achievements and ribbons and whatnot. There's a Kerbal Construction Time, which tells me how long it's going to take to build various things. Oh yes, with this mod you can have simulations where they cost a certain amount of funds and you can only do certain things, and it's a cool idea. And you can also like start in orbit of another place to simulate things. Ooh, look at this. Variable rate model. Of course I want it to be. I want the cutoff velocity to be 12 meters per second. And the recovery modifier, yeah, let's go 75. No, yeah, we'll do that. Can I move it now? I'd like to be able to move it, but I can't. So let's go get some contracts. Which of course are just going to be the 4 default ones, which of course we're going to do. So we could go hire some Kerbals, but I'm not. This module manager, are you just going to stay there? I don't want you there. Yes, we could hire some, but they cost money now with the mods that I have, so we're not going to do that. I just noticed we have a bunch more money. I forgot how easy it is to get a bunch of funds. Let's go look at asteroids. There's also this remote tech stuff, which may or may not work at all. I don't know what those buttons do. I'm going to leave them alone just in case I break everything. Yay, I can see the achievements in this screen. Awesome. And let's go take a look at the unknowns. There's also this red dot here, which I'm guessing is just saying, hey, that's the KSC. That's like the remote tech, I bet. The remote tech thing, which I'm using a development build of, so it may just horribly break. Just warning you, if you're going to look at the mod list that I do and... Whoa. Wait a minute. You're telling me an asteroid generated in Kerbin orbit, like just already in Kerbin... We're going to that asteroid. We are so going to that asteroid. That is amazing. Let's check out what this one's doing. This one is going around Kerbin, the sun, Kerbal, doing nothing interesting. That one's going to encounter and do nothing interesting. That one's going to encounter and do nothing interesting. That one's not even bothered by us. There's no one's just going to go right by. There's more just right by. There's a custom asteroids mod that I'd like to install, but I believe it's not updated for 0.24. Ooh, this one's an impactor. I also need to install Kerbal alarm clock so I can have an alarm clock telling me when to do stupid things. Oh, hey, look, it's giving me an alert about Kerbal Construction Time, which is funny because it didn't give me this before. Huh. Oh, it's given me 15 upgrade points. Yay! Okay, so I can upgrade how quickly I get things built in the VAB and SPH. I'm actually gonna close that for now. I'll spend that in I'll go take a look at that in a minute or 3. Module manager, go away. Why are you here? I don't want you here. Now, one of these mods that I'm going to want to go over with you really quickly, I'm going to go to the SPH for it, is a mod called Kerbin's Age of Pioneers, which changes the early game a lot, or at least it's supposed to. Let's leave that alone. Let's put that aside for the moment. See here, we got this Hornet lightweight cockpit, which I believe, yes, that does come from it. So does the Termite and the Remote Pod Type 1. The Derp lifeboat is a different thing, which I'm surprised is unlocked right away, but okay, sure. And then this is from Homegrown Rockets, which is a thing that gives you some stalker-like pods, including this one, which is kind of like a Soyuz kind of thing. So Russian design. Cash Corp, that's another thing. See, they give you, I guess this is to do with the engine igniter mod, which makes it so the engines can only be ignited a certain number of times, which is a really cool concept. Cash Corp, this mod, the Kerbal Age of Pioneers mod, basically aims to make the beginning of the game so that you can make like planes right away and other what? Okay, I can't make planes right away? I guess, well, it is early development, so it makes sense that all the things would not be there yet. There's also the procedural stuff that I got here. There's this, which I forget. Umbra Space Industries. So I'm not quite sure what that's from, but, you know. We got heat shields because we have deadly re-entry. We have some generic shrouds for things. That's neat. More Cash Corp stuff, which is designed to make it easier to get into certain things earlier in the game, such as this. This is a petrol generator. It runs on petrol to generate electricity, and I forget how you get petrol. I assume there's like a petrol tank in here that I didn't even notice. Here we go, a radial petrol tank. So you can store a small amount of petrol to power a generator to give yourself some energy, so that early on you have some energy rather than having to go get the solar panels and batteries. Kerbal engineering system, of course, and some other things, which I think these come with it, but I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do with them. This used to be this, but now it's not useful anymore, but it still has to be there for compatibility reasons, of course. There's also the Kerbal construction time, which I thought I'd have planes, so I was going to make a plane first, but because I don't, we're actually just going to ignore that. Instead, what we'll be doing is going to the VAB and building a very simple beginner rocket. I just noticed that this toolbar seems to be the same as it was before. I'm confused. This just has everything selected. So yes, I'm going to go with the standard basic rocket, except I think I'm going to go with the Spud command pod just because, why not? Or I could even go with a remote control pod. In fact, I think I'll go ahead and try that. So one interesting thing I have in here, I have 2 part failure mods. So two different mods that add random part failure. So that plus the engine igniter means that things are going to get interesting and difficult. I just noticed that this remote pod costs more than a normal pod, so does the Spud. So I'm actually going to just pay attention to cost and go with the cheapest, which actually the lifeboat module is the cheapest command pod. Unless that breaks the game, which it did. So I crashed it while trying to load the derp. If it crashes again, I will try... Oop. Oh, fuck. It just crashed, didn't it? And with that crash, I decided to abandon the instability of 64-bit for generic spacegram number 4. This means I am near the memory limit, so I'm not sure if I can install any more mods. And the 32-bit version is crashing now. That's nice. Please don't crash. It didn't crash. Awesome. Rather than having to go get the... The fuck's it called? Delete me talking about this because it's pointless.